Welcome to the Rebel Podcast. This is part 2 of the Honey Davenport interview. You may remember Honey best from season 11 of RuPaul's Drag Race. She is great, she is awesome, and she is with us here today. So tune in, sit back, and get ready for a great episode. When you're alone and you're in the shower and you're just lip syncing to something, and we all like to sing in the shower. What's your favorite song to lip sync to?
Oh, it rotates because I'm always in search of new music. But I will say a consistent one for like the past like over a year has been anything by Tim's. Do you know Tim's?
I know the name, but I don't
Sh-
know.
She's like Afro beats kind of artist. She made a song with Drake. At one point, Beyonce was like, she's my favorite new artist. Like she's really good. And
Oh,
like there's just so much emotion and purity in her music. And it's soothing. It's really calming and it's great to like take a nice shower with lavender and listen to some Tim's and
relax, yeah.
now I'm about to take a nap.
When you were on RuPaul's Drag Race season 11, tell me what was your favorite moment?
The whole thing is a roller coaster. It's a wild ride. If it's my favorite moment would be episode one. And you can't see this in the episode, but I'll tell you what happened. So I have a big flower in my hair on the runway in that challenge. And I had never seen RuPaul in drag in person before. I met him out of drag, never seen him in drag. I had this huge flower in my head. And come walking out after they announced me, and I turn and I see RuPaul, and I literally got stuck. Like, I literally got stuck. I was just like, wait, that's what she looks like for real? Like for real, for real? That's wild. Like we had to take it over again. I literally was like, oh, okay. It's really like it's like witnessing a drag goddess.
Yes.
And yeah, I had never seen.
Well, it takes like 6 hours to get ready or
Well,
something.
listen, if it took 6 days to do that, it would make sense
It'd be
because
worth it, yeah.
okay. Yeah, so I think that's probably my favorite moment. And also it's a thing that like unless, and finales are now pretty closed off, they do them differently unless they go back to their old formula. Very few people anymore get to see RuPaul in drag.
Yeah.
In drag, that's the flex.
Yeah.
That's a flex. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, so that like that moment, even when she came out and we were here and everything was great. The moment that I got to saw her like actually all out, I was like, well, now this all makes sense as to why you're RuPaul. Like
Yeah.
now I get it.
She's so successful.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, well, that stopped me in my tracks, Yeah.
Yes. And I watched one of the master classes with RuPaul. I was just stunned at how intelligent and methodical everything is so well thought out. And
Mhm.
it's like he came out of the womb with this pre-planned, roadmap of how he was going to do what he does best, right? And I
Mhm.
just stood there watching that whole thing stunned, coming back and going, "Oh my God, that is so inspiring." So, was it really to go through that whole process on season 11? I guess my big interest would be what was your biggest thing you walked away with, your learning? Because there was the master right there, right? What did you
The,
walk away with that changed your life, do you think?
the biggest change was access. I feel like after Drag Race, you have a lot of access to whatever you want to create. I am from a hella wealthy family. Um, at least not initially. I do have some successful family members.
We
But
were just talking about
yeah. But I'm from like some like Hollywood family. That man, Lee Daniels is my big cousin. He also started from absolutely nothing. And even though he's helped, not in a way like he's not. Yeah, yes. I'm not from a super wealthy area or super wealthy family, so even with drag, there were so many times, or with any kind of creation, there's been so many times in life, whether it was dance classes when I was a kid or costumes when I was starting drag or whatever. It was all of these places where I felt like what I wanted to create wasn't accessible to me.
Mhm.
And after Drag Race, I even if it was true before, it felt like something shifted and whatever I wanted to make, whatever I wanted to do, I had the access to do it. I had been granted the permission for some reason to create whatever it was that I wanted. And I don't really think that there was anything different before. Like I probably could have still been that, but it gave me permission in my mind to be able to, to create whatever I wanted. And that's something that I always tell, younger queens or younger performers, especially ones who are interested in being on Drag Race. I'm like, do what you would want to do with that right now. Like the only regret I could think to have is that like I had this power before that,
Right.
but the thing that changed, it really gave me access because when you walk into a room and you're like, yeah, I was on RuPaul's Drag Race, they're like, okay, so what is it that you want to do now? I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, so I would like to do that this thing, what I'm saying? Like gave me access to like fully step into like how powerful of a creator I am,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Because it's like a legitimacy check, right? Oh,
Hmm.
you were good enough to be on RuPaul, right? You can come in here and we embrace that.
Right, right.
And celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like you passed the bar. Like, what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
it's just like
Yeah.
it's like,
And it's a
yeah, okay,
high
cool.
bar. It's a high bar
And it's a
task.
really high bar too.
I've
Yeah.
heard you talk about some of the competition thing that you were in at lip syncing contest and the word tonight sets that off. It gives you kind of like phobic flashbacks, right? So I don't want to bring up anything, devastating, but we all learn from our mistakes and we learn
Uh-huh.
how to take it forward and maybe make it better. What did you learn from that? Besides that you don't ever want to repeat it. What did you
Right. It's so funny. I think that I got eliminated to like a very, very iconic song in a pretty iconic way, different than has ever happened before. But the song would follow me everywhere, and it just would be a reminder of a moment that I wasn't like necessarily the most proud of or whatever. And a lot of ways really proud of, but it didn't. I was really proud of it in the moment, honestly, and I still stand by that. But like, it didn't look like it saw it look to me, and whatever. And sometimes that's how art works. Like it would trigger me. It doesn't anymore. Now how I feel about it is, as a DJ, I have probably like 9 or 10 versions of Waiting for Tonight. And I always love when I'm DJing and I spin a set and I'm playing Waiting for Tonight. And I think to myself, these other 5 contestants that, beat me in this lip sync, are they making money off this song right now? Because I'm getting paid. Because I'm
I
getting
love
paid.
that. I love that. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's nothing like the feeling of I am DJing for this huge festival of people and listen to Waiting for Tonight. Yeah, me making thousands of dollars off this song right now.
Yeah.
Enjoy your wins.
I love
Like,
that. See, that's
yeah,
taken something and making it positive. And I think
yeah.
that's one of your strategic key components that you bring, right? You can take something that other people have maybe like for example, I always grew up feeling less than,
Mm.
and feeling like I didn't have talent and I didn't have this and I didn't have that, right? And we didn't have any money. And I was born in Iowa. So what the hell? How can you get on TV from Iowa, right?
Hmm.
It seemed like a very big mountain to climb. But if you never give up and if you know what's inside of you, that's a superpower.
Yeah.
And I think your superpower is that you got your vision and you're going for it. And you don't listen to all the bullshit that goes behind it, right?
Yeah. I don't because at the end of the day, I don't really want to be anybody else's creation of me. I want to be
Right.
my version of myself.
And
That
that's
comes with its
perfect.
flaws and its ups and downs.
Well, and you're one of the most positive people I've ever met, I think.
Thank you.
He never has anything, mean to say about anybody or
Occasionally, don't get
or that I don't agree with.
Okay, how about that?
So when you were going to grade school and when you were growing up, how did you feel inside? Did you feel like, oh, these people, I can't relate to these people. These people obviously are wired up different than I am. How did you feel?
Absolutely felt like an alien. Like absolutely felt different. And I'm from a really loving family. There's no way that my family could love me more. But I felt so strange. The calls might have even been coming from inside, but I just felt strange. I remember just growing up in West Philly, just like, why am I so much different than everybody?
Yeah.
My cousin Reese and I were both queer, and we always had a connection. So I like at least had somebody who I felt like, was always like family friend too, because we had a lot of things in common. It felt strange. I just felt real, real strange. And it really wasn't until I moved to New York that I realized that uh the strange things about me were my strengths.
Yes,
They were my
exactly.
strengths. Like I possessed these things that other people didn't have. And I was like, oh wait, this is kind of cool about me. New York does that, right? It celebrates
Yes.
our differences. But growing up in West Philly, like I never. And it's so funny because my best friend lives in Philadelphia now, in a very different Philadelphia than I grew up in. Because every city changes. And so all I remember is feeling so strange here. And all that my best friend has experienced is look at this cool, queer, awesome community. And I'm like, yeah, I did not. If it existed, I didn't have access. Like that's just was not a part of my world.
But in a way,
Yeah.
you help to create that change, you know,
I guess,
through everything you do.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah, you change that for future people who are growing up where you grew up.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Right. And I think probably the most wonderful thing about the advocacy work that you do is that you're helping the younger queer population see that they do have political power and that
Hmm.
their superpower is sticking together and being themselves and showing the talent, the creativity, and the positive aspects of people working together instead of
Hmm.
attacking each other, which is, you're going to get much farther down the road if you can figure out to build a bridge, right?
I always say that conversation is the precipice of change. If we start talking about our issues, we can. That's the way we change them is in conversation with people. It's not a fight; it's an agreement.
Right.
The issue with conversation is that a lot of us struggle to have conversations without animosity about things we're passionate about or about our needs and necessities. But those times, that they're the most important times is to keep your cool. And I also often say I think that a lot of the ways that we've created this divide in our country, especially in our families, is that we convinced ourselves that we shouldn't have conversations about religion or politics because it was going to cause an argument. As opposed to, we absolutely need to talk about these things and we need to do it. But when the change happens is when I sit down and have a conversation. That's when
Yes.
things actually
Yes.
shift, you
Yes.
know?
And it's admirable because that takes leadership, it takes patience and time. And when you give of yourself like that, it's amazing what collaboration can do, right?
Hmm.
And I love
Yeah.
that. And I think the number one thing I got out of my last visit to Palm Springs was that no matter where we went, people treated me like I was a real human being and
Hmm.
they were kind to me. And I don't care where I went. I mean, I was running around in this huge ball gown, see-through ball gown with huge hair in 110-degree heat and I almost fainted. But people were genuinely accepting and nice. And I thought to myself, I want to live in a place like this all the time because I don't get
Hmm.
that everywhere. That's like a shining big ornament on a mountain out there where I come back here and I'm like, oh God, I have to kind of camouflage who I am. I got to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, and it's really stressful when you have to live like that.
And like I said, this place knocks the stress off of you.
It
It's
does.
so,
Yeah.
yeah. We were talking earlier about the gym that I go to that he used to go to, and there's something about you want to go there because the community's there. Like this is
Yeah.
a space like that. Like, I love this city so, 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 so much. I could go on and on and on about how much I love Palm
Okay.
Springs.
So where do you love to eat when you go out there and you're like, I just want a quick, nice, easy meal. I don't want to get dressed up. I just want to go out for great food. Where's your favorite place?
Okay, I could give you top three.
Okay.
They're all very different too, or sort of. So, so I think that the best food in this town, my favorite tasting restaurant is Paul Bar. Paul Bar is the best food. Have y'all been to Paul Bar?
I haven't been.
Have you been to Paul
Oh,
Bar?
I have not been there.
It's off of Vistachino, and it outside it just says bar food.
Oh,
It is a hamstring secret. If you know, you know. I shouldn't have even said it out loud. Paul Bar has the best. It's like it's just next level, and sometimes you wait because of that. So like,
okay.
but definitely hands down the best food. All right, second with the Zen
Oh,
American Bistro.
yeah.
I really really love Zen. Um,
Well, you like the tram.
I like going up the
The
tram
restaurant
for
that's
I love going up the tram for food. That dine and ride pass is only $40 and you get like a huge thing of food like at a buffet where you get to choose your sides and your mains and like I've gotten like ribs and salad and like, all like a whole thing. And it's the tram itself is only $30 and with the food it's 40. So it's $10.
yeah.
Like that's crazy. Wait, all right. Billy Reed's is
Yeah.
Billy Reed's
Uh,
is Palm Springs to a T.
We went to Billy Reed's while she was
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, love some Billy Reed's, and it's like so close that I can like hungover walk there. Like it's
Yeah.
great. It's great. It's great.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's my food.
Ooh, that Thai place.
Oh, that's the other one. Okay, so there's a place called Thai House. Thank you for reminding me of that.
I love Thai food. I love Thai food.
Yeah, I do too.
And we have a lot of good Thai options here in the desert, which is random because we don't
Mhm.
have a lot of options for other kinds of food.
Not Chinese.
Right, not Chinese,
Yeah.
but we have a lot of Thai options.
Yeah.
But my favorite Thai option is called Thai House. And if you ever go there, they make this thing that you have to try. I've never had it anywhere else. They're called angel wings. And they essentially like deconstruct a chicken wing, put it back together and stuff it. And it's like a huge wing stuffed with chicken and pork and beef and veggies and noodles and then fried like a chicken wing. And so it
Wow.
looks like a monster wing.
It kind of tastes like an egg roll that's wrapped in chicken or something. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like all the things about an egg roll and a fried chicken and a all in one. All of oh yeah. Yeah.
I gotta try it.
Now I
I
want
Get that in
gotta
hot
try
mouth.
that. That sounds amazing.
Angel Wings at Thai House, 100%. The owners like know me at this point. I'm like their marketing.
How do you think Broadway prepared you to be on RuPaul or doing all of these other creative things?
So so I did the Broadway national tour of Hairspray, but I haven't yet graced an actual Broadway stage. That is gonna happen in its right time. It's not an if, it's a when. How that I went to school for musical theater.
Yes.
Um and if anything, I think drag made me and like after doing drag, I watched my musical theater career even explode more. Drag gave me the like freedom to not be like a little chorus boy because that's like kind of where it was going for me. Like at best.
Mhm.
And like drag gave me permission to be a star. So I think actually the drag influenced more of my acting career than my acting career influenced my drag necessarily. But I had some really great acting teachers and Lee Daniels is my big cousin. So while I was in college, I was working for his production studio and surrounded by incredible talents. But but something about when I started doing drag really influenced my theater journey. And since I've done a few like movies and plays, especially when I lived in New York, I did off-Broadway show called The Orion Experience, an off-Broadway show called Trinkets. They ran for a very long time. Drag made me a better actor.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes. And I think you have I well nowadays, right, drag has become mainstream and I love watching it. And I'm eternally amazed by how beautiful these drag queens are.
right.
I mean, drop dead, my mouth flies open and I'm like, why can't I look like that when I grow up? You know? It's
Well, you
like,
do. You're pretty gorgeous.
thank you. But I mean, I'm super impressed and I know it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of talent. And then to go and create these outfits and these personas. I mean, that's got to be a hell of a lot of stress and strain. And I just can't imagine that many people have the tenacity to do that.
it it definitely takes a lot of strength. And like before I started doing drag, I used to be a backup dancer and choreographer for Peppermint and Sherry Vine and like
What?
all yeah. You can catch me on all of Sherry Vine's viral videos as a 21-year-old blonde. Um
I love it. I
I
love
know, where did that go? Maybe because I kept dyeing it blonde. For a long time I said I would never do drag because it's too much work. It's too much work. I'm watching these people grind and then also be community leaders and also like whatever. Like I'm no, that's just too much. I'm gonna stay in my own lane. And
it.
then, there's always the one show. There's always the one time you do it and everybody's like, so this is what you do now. I was like, y'all are right. This is what I do now.
So what was
But
that moment? When was that moment that you decided to do that?
preparing to go to on tour with Peppermint. As a dancer, we were going to London, Dublin, Berlin, and we were supposed to go to Paris, but we didn't make it to Paris. Something happened. We ended up rerouting back to London. Anyway, Peppermint took really good care of us, but you also have to think Peppermint. She was just at this point, early 2000s DJ. I mean, sorry, drag queen in New York City, and she's doing an international tour. Like it wasn't enough money to break the bank. I definitely needed more than that to make my bills and survive and be able to travel. And so I said, well, what if I put on a little cabaret show? I've been getting in drag occasionally and doing these little cabaret, these competitions and stuff. And what if I do a little cabaret show in drag and like we'll just do that? I'd done cabaret before, but this one was going to be in drag. And it just was so good. It was so good. It was so good. And it was just like everybody was like my mother was like, hey, you're supposed to be doing this. Like,
I
and I
love
felt it.
that. Your
I
mom
knew.
got behind you. Yeah.
Oh yeah. My mom gave me this little like Winnie the Pooh figurine that she had mailed me like maybe a week or so after seeing that performance. And it said like hoping for honey. And she had a note
Oh.
that she said, so you have a lot of ideas, but this one really works. Like this really works. Like, you know? And so that like that was the reaction I got from everyone. And it was what I felt inside too. And so I decided to keep going. Yeah.
That's nice.
Wonderful. That's awesome. And you know, it's really beautiful when your parents support you and say,
Oh yeah, my dad loves my drag too. My dad
"Oh,
won't miss a show if he's in town. He's
I love
obsessed.
it.
I'm like, can I have a night? Can you get like my dad will come to town in New York City sometimes and I'd be like, so I'm performing here, here, and here, and here this week. And he'd be like, okay, I'm coming. I'm like, to all of them? Like, can I have one night to get drunk with my friends? Like, he's so
So,
cool though. So
so when
they're
your
both
dad comes, does he want to hang out back behind the stage or with you and your friends? How does that go?
My dad's a lot more chill than my mom. My mom is the life of the party. My mom is the life of the party. I was having my 40th birthday just happened. My mom and dad were there.
Oh, happy
And
birthday.
thank you. And my mom was like, we're all sitting around at like banquet tables and having food. My mom goes, this party is boring. I'm talking to the DJ, changes the playlist, gets up and starts dancing, makes everybody start dancing with her. Like that's my mom.
Oh,
Like my dad's super chill, but all he wants to do, all he does when he's out at like either an event or a club, whatever, he just wants to pull out his phone and show everybody me throughout the years. He's that dad.
Oh,
He's that dad. He's
oh,
like, oh yeah, and their drag used to look like this. Like he's like, this is what they look like as a kid. Like, yeah, I don't understand, but it excites this man so hard to pull out his phone and scroll through it like it's an album. Every time to all of my friends, I just like, listen, my dad's gonna show you pictures of my entire life. So get ready.
he's so proud of you then. I love that. I love that you have all that support and positivity. You know, it's hard when you're in front of the camera. It's hard when you're
Mhm,
a public figure. And then you get all of these things that come through. Everybody has them. The haters show up. The haters are all over social media.
mhm.
Sometimes you can do Gemini or Chat GPT and look up what people are saying about you, and you're like, these people don't even know who I am. And look at
Mhm.
what they're saying about me. So, how do you deal with that? Do you just ignore it? Do you not look at it? Do you try to think about ways to get through to people?
I mean, I definitely look at it sometimes, occasionally. Sometimes I go back and look at the old stuff. I laugh at it. Sometimes it hurts, sometimes it doesn't. But what helps me get through is, and this happened to me right after Drag Race. So right after I filmed, I went up to one of my mentors, Mark Dahl, and he gave me a huge hug. He was so proud of me. And he said, "But baby, people are going to say so many untrue things about you. Are you ready for that?" And I don't think I was at the moment, but now when I tell especially when I tell my drag kids, the version of that I say to them, I say, imagine if I called you a turtle. You're not a turtle, so you're not affected. The only time it hurts is when you're questioning yourself. So if it hurts, question that. Dig a little deeper. Figure out why this got through. And if it's nonsense and if it's nothing, then let it go and move on. If they just figure out a way to poke at one of your insecurities. Know yourself, know your insecurities, know
Right.
your triggers. That makes you stronger. But if they're saying something and it actually bothers you, that that's probably because that thing about you bothers you. So that's a great opportunity to change or shift or grow. Like sometimes it's a call out, and other times think about it like they called you a turtle. You're not a turtle.
Right.
So what does that matter?
yeah.
Like, what is that? It's like it's literally the equivalent. And the more
Yeah.
you know who you are, the less affected you are by somebody calling you something that is just not true about you.
Yeah.
Somebody calling you or saying that you're doing something that's not true. It's only really the things that have gotten to me are the things that I question about myself. And I say, well, if I'm questioning that, then maybe that's a thing that, like, I want to journal about. I want to talk to my therapist about. I want to ask a couple of my friends. Like, if that's a thing that I
Right.
could work on, or like, and I use it as an opportunity to grow, which is
Exactly.
exactly the opposite of what your haters want from you.
And very healthy. That's a very healthy
Mhm,
choice. And I'm really glad that you shared that because a lot of people that listen to our podcast or watch our podcast struggle with things like that. And it's
mhm.
good to know that as long as you know who you are, there you go. That's the most
It
important
can't
thing.
hurt you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
I know who I am. So you can't tell me who
Yeah.
I can't be because I
Right.
know what I am.
Right.
Like, there's a moment in The Wizard of Oz where Glinda comes down on her bubble and the Wicked Witch is there and tries to go for Dorothy's shoes. And Glinda goes, you have no power here.
Right. Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
That was the moment I was like, I want to be Glinda. And more importantly, I'm not going to let your view of who I am change who I am.
Right. That. Well, I love that you took time out for us today. You are
Oh, thanks for having me.
so amazing. And I
Hmm.
can't wait to see your next project. I can't wait to hear more about
Oh,
what's
it's
happening.
gonna be cool.
And thank you for being on the Rebel podcast with us today. We really enjoyed it.
Thank you for having me.
So we say
Okay.
go and glow at the same time.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Go
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 and
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 glow.
glow.
glow.